Hello again. Today is the 20th of May, and the time is around midday. I'm recording this video about economy. How the economy, I have suggested this long time ago, but I don't think that was taken in consideration before. To buy everything that we possess as British, back to our banks and back to ourselves, and by buying everything, we can save, for example, 80% of the economy as it is untouched, without concerning much if we build up the future. For example, your home might lose 20% of value, but that 20% will help the others to come together, to come up in the society. Like, for example, the rents, if they go down, they will bring the level of a economy up. So the government should be looking at a unified response in the economy. The future economy will be a multiverse economy. When I say multiverse, because it will be so many industries, subjects of industries separated in the way they are performed. We can take more. We can use the value of humans much more better. The time we use, for example, for one job, 8 hours, we can use it for 2 jobs. So we can work 4 hours in one job and 4 hours in another. We can do things like this all the time. We can do things that are simple to manipulate with the moment we live in. Are simple to kind of like do a complete reform at the moment from the bottom of the economy. If we really, I know I am very well aware. I'm just going to wait the time of acceptation and the time of the path and time how the world will build up. Because I think if my understanding is correct, if I was stopped on my tracks on Monday not to go anywhere close to what I was trying to do, it was because I was not ready yet to explain certain things to life, to humanity. So I ended up doing some soul search in a park, and I realized how much we have been disconnected from the nature. So I was on it. So if I would have gone in front of a public and I'm trying to build up the information, build up the correct truth, I would have been stuck to the fact of the nature, the disconnection we as humans have created among us and the nature. We look at nature as a happening. The new way we be looking life would be the truth. So instead of looking the truth per second, or per like a fragment of a second, that now the new way we're going to achieve the new energies and new powers is going to, when we start looking the truth, instead of a fraction of a second, we look the full second as a truth. Because when you're going to be part of a creation or building or invention, for example, at the moment, your power of inventions is taken away. It's taken away by the big boys, or big companies, or corporations, whichever you want to put it. Let's say, for example, the X Factor. The X Factor makes Simon Cowell very rich, because it's his program, it's his idea. And when his idea, he does, for example, in another country to do his idea, he has to pay money to Simon Cowell. Despite they spending money, to build the stage and to build all that, they have to give to Simon Cowell some money, because his business requires the rights. The rights of what, exactly? Of the idea? Well, why don't you use that for every single human being that had come up with the idea? Why only Simon Cowell? And why only certain people can do that? I don't know why only them, and why not the poor man who could create a grown, for example, food on a different way, will stop that. Produce energy in a different way, we will stop that, because that doesn't come to the norms of capitalism. So the economy basically has to look how to bring everything that we want back to us, back to you, the British people. Put it in a pot and redistribute it. But you can't do this, obviously not, because there is a big separation of cult between left and right, wrong and right, high and low, lawful or lawless, morally or not morally. But you cannot question the principles. And the principles of life are always been the main principle of humans. So we have to go back to the principles and understand that you, as a power, have a responsibility to bring people together. But this new economy, multiverse-economy, will be a new way of removing the humans away from the consummation of capitalism. Capitalism can consume what builds itself, but not consume my humans, not consuming us as humans out. Because humans are important to the entire existence, but soul has the control of the entire existence. So, if you doubt my way of thinking, or my way of expressing to you or manifesting myself, it is because you don't know it. You can agree with me, and I see that very well, that you will agree with it. I have no doubts that you will disagree in any of my ideas. But you struggle a bit to understand how on earth you will be able to bring this together. Well, let me just give it this in a simple way. If I'm coming to you and I'm saying, you got some history in your past, on your life experience, on your understanding, on your knowledge, that is valid to me. It's valid to my path, which should light the path for the rest of us. In meantime, also, I have a valid information for the same thing. Why we done this? Obviously, whoever has written the scriptures, the books and everything, in a way they understood then, they wrote it down by putting as a caricature of the future, without having the correct time, because the trouble with all scriptures books are the timing. Each religion works in their own time. For example, Islam is in 1400 now, I think, or something, and Chinese New Year is a different time, and Eastern is a different time. So the books are quite mixed up because of the evolution of each on the part of planet Earth. If the evolution in Europe was in advance, the evolution on the other side was down, or when the evolution in advance was in India, way before they even timing was calculated in years with BC. I mean, we're going down to further before the even BC, Bronze time and all that. because all those times have come at different, their evolution, understanding of knowledge has come in different time. And they have put their time into their books. So now, but because they have described the same thing with a different time, now we can put all the times that they have in their books into one time, where the soul comes from, where the truth comes from. Because this is the frequency of the truth. All I'm doing with you today or tomorrow or the rest of my days will be manifesting my truth. I'm planned. I'm planned. I would say I'm planned because I could take this in a different direction if I have to, if I want to. I could just simply, for example, kill myself. Bam. All this can go. Put the human in darkness again. Did you ever thought that? Because without me, you will not have this anymore. If there's been a disagreement between me and my soul, you will not have this. You have to wait. You can't. It's no more wait. And I tell you that this soul has got a very powerful. There's a very powerful. Even for my kind. Sometimes my understanding of kindness sometimes contradicts his understanding of kindness. He's a hard man. He's got an alpha male entire integrity in it. When I say alpha male, much more alpha male than I can produce. That's the point of it. His powers comes from an old fashion of cultures, and he looks humans in a different shape and form and personality and characters. He doesn't look humans in the other shapes, in other more than what they manifest or they are. Yes, so also that's why he's so sure to come out and talk to us. He's very sure to talk to us. That's why he doesn't fear humanity. That's why he has no fear against his own creation. But let me build you up what is actually building up. Because so far you've seen only one side of a build-up, which is about the entire darkness, cloud of darkness of evil building around across the world. And it's building in the basis of their understanding, of their knowledge, of their way of living. But notice one thing though, no country apart Saudi and Yemen is actually outside their own land trying to persuade or to control one or the other ideology or political or standing for. They're all separated now. It's a big separation among the leaders. Europe might want to spend half a $1 trillion euros. I'll say them to hold on. As I said to the British government, hold on. As I'll say to the Pope, come up. As I said to the Dalai, come up. Now it's time for the God to take the front seat. To remove the politician out of the front seat, so the politician can take the back seat. So science and faith can sit in the front seat and take the humanity away from where they are. It's enough with this separation of ideologies. Why I think that British people is chosen for this? For the very reason that I've just spoken now. Understanding and bringing and willing within us, within our souls, to bring something that no one ever has had it before. Because this country, it provides us everything that we need to kind of understand the knowledge. You know. I remember during the discussion of Brexit, when they went down to 1,500 of the laws to stop the Prime Minister not to do some dodgy stuff. Isn't that incredible? was amazing. To me, for example, that was a point of how good the democracy was working. And how good it worked again. And despite he got elected, he still did not get certain things done in his way. No matter what. British people and the British journalists and the British way of doing things is going to flourish. And it's the path we're taking. The Prime Minister is... And let me ask you a question about him. Would you give you, if you were in the last minute of your days of your living, would you have next to you, I will not say Jeremy Corbyn, but any other human, or Boris Johnson? But I'll give you my take because I know very well. I'll trust him when it comes to death and life situations. I'll trust him when it comes to protecting his pride as a British. And I'm sure that he's going to start looking out of his box to understand the world, to understand the new. He doesn't understand himself yet. As any of you, for example, have noticed that Boris Johnson has changed immensely in the way he speaks, in the way he behaves. He even mentioned by joke, what's it called? Oh yeah, golden age of bicycle. I thought that was a bit very, is in a way, willing or not willing, conscious or subconsciously, but it means a way of manifesting himself, means that he has got the message. He as a person has got the message. This time is not time to mess around with politics. This time is about to be truthful. How truthful you have been till now? Well, you know the truth. We know the truth because we can put dots together. We know how good you've been and how bad you've been because we know. But one thing that British people have not yet got grip of your situation is how did you came to be the Prime Minister? And why did you went through all the troubles that you went through? In my path, in my way of understanding, is the way I think that people sometimes start their awakening, the true path. That's how we start the true path. We start by just simply understanding that there's something more than us is more important. Something more than me as human body is more important. Maybe Boris Johnson, because of the stubbornness he had to go through the path of pain. Physical pain, mental pain, and guilt. Because let me give you another taking of the moment that went in the right way for us. But imagine that I've gone to the wrong way. And let's say that touch wood, Boris would have left us. What would have happened to the entire British system? Well, it would be stay the same. Because we got the power behind. We got the power of people behind, of moments, of difficult moments. British people always have reacted with a righteousness on the right times when was called question. But all British as an empire has behaved bad. Now we can make amends to all of that. I'm going to give another take and I'm going to close it. It is questionable for me when these people, because let me say the King Khalid's chapter, I am from an unexpected side, unexpected places of the scripture. Unexpected because they dismissed me as a non-possible, which became possible. Because I am possible, because I'm here and I'm talking to you. So, because that is possible, impossible became possible. Now I am kind of thinking about how did they believe on their scriptures. Obviously, in America, for example, they made President Trump, before he become a king, or to go through the process to become a king, they made him a king. They told him, you are the chosen one. Now, I don't know what book they have read and how they have read the book. Because all the chosen leaders ones are under the chosen one. Because there's only one chosen from all of them. And that's me. I mean my soul, King Kalki. There was no way on earth we would let the power of our money, of our inventions, of our knowledge in the hands of any leader, no matter what kind of leader he is, in the future, in the next chapter. There's no way on earth you would have trusted me, or you would have trusted yourself to achieve that. Because the instinct of human is first me, second you. But my principle is never been that in all my life. So I understood that now. What I chased was desire, but not money. What I chased was pleasure, but not money. Which makes you think confidently that I'm not a man of money. I'm not a man who wants to make money. I'm a man who wants to make the justice, the righteousness, the truthness to you. And that's how it's going to start everything within you.